Excellent. I'll cut this the blank part out whenever this is uploaded to the channel. So thanks so much, guys, for being here. Welcome to the show. Had a few audio issues right there in the beginning. This is a fairly new system I'm using for broadcasts, so I still have to work out some of the kinks here. So good. Thanks for being here, guys. Those little demons dancing in our skies. I wanted to do this video because this is a subject that I'm really into myself and have been for many years. I've been led to be into this type of a UFO, at least to try to understand it since the beginning of me being awake and looking into fringe subjects. It's been a good 12, almost 13 years now. There's different kinds of UFOs. Get ready, by the way, for some amazing footage. I'm going to show you guys the best footage I've seen in a long time now of what I believe these things are. And we're going to look at the difference between fallen angels and demons here first. And then the rest is all footage. So definitely get ready. I hope you appreciate this kind of a thing. People are always asking me about UFOs. I get those in comments and emails and what is this? What is that? You know, what do you really think they are? And there's different kinds of unidentified flying objects. I've covered all different types on the channel. Flying serpents. You know, people may roll their eyes at this, but this has been around for thousands of years, the flying serpents. Also the flying humanoids. Lots of footage of these flying humanoids. What exactly are they? That's the question, but they come in different forms and different shapes. So today we're going to be looking at, again, the footage that I find some of the most interesting, even some of the more recent footage as well of what I believe these are. So before we get into that, let's just take a look at this here real quick. This is a good basic breakdown of the difference between fallen angels and demons. So you often hear the term fallen angel and demon used by people. You may hear these terms so often that you might wonder if there's any real difference between them. I believe fallen angels and demons are not the same thing. I'll explain why. A fallen angel is a spiritual being that fell out of heaven into a sinful or corrupt state. As a result, we should view fallen angels as evil spiritual beings. Revelation 12 indicates that Satan took a third of the angels with him when many angels fell. The Bible often refers to fallen angels as the, quote, sons of God and as Satan's ministers. And the following is a short list of the capabilities of fallen angels. Physical visibility. Although fallen angels are spiritual beings, they can physically appear to people like their unfallen counterparts did in Genesis 19. Genesis 6 records the activities of many fallen angels that fell from heaven. The sons of God, or the fallen angels, married women and had children with them. The fact that fallen angels got married and produced offspring shows that they can take on a physical form. Extraterrestrial travel. Fallen angels can travel out of this world. For instance, Satan and his fallen angels one day came to present themselves in front of God in heaven. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Physical transformation and the ability to deceive. 2 Corinthians informs us that Satan's ministers, fallen angels, can transform or disguise themselves as ministers of righteousness. For such ones are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves to apostles of Christ. And did not Satan marvelously transform himself into an angel of light? It is not a great thing, then, if also his ministers transform themselves as ministers of righteousness, whose end will be according to their works. The Greek word for transform is metashemizo, which means to change and fashion our appearance. Fallen angels can deceive people by altering their appearance. They can resemble religious figures that people will fall prey to. Then there's demons and devils. A demon is an unclean spirit that seeks to possess, manipulate, and to deceive people. Demons are referred to as, quote, devils in the King James Bible. And here are the abilities of the demons. The ability to control the entity they possess. The Bible describes how Christ cast out demons from a man to a herd of swine in a story called The Maniac of Gadara. The accounts of this event suggest that demons can control the entity they possess. The demons controlled the men's actions and then the actions of the herd of swine. And when he was come to the other side into the country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? And there was a good way off from them an herd of many swine feeding. So the devils besought him, saying, If thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. And he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine, and behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep plain into the sea and perished in the waters. There is a weird real-life event that happened in China maybe 7 or 8 years ago, where they had all these swine washing up on their beaches out there. There was some kind of an accident or something, but it was crazy. You can look that up if you want to see a crazy picture of this, but just tons of dead pigs all over the beaches out there in China. Ability to inflict harm on their victims. Luke 4:40 through 41 suggests that demons have the power to inflict illness and physical diseases on their victims. Now, when the sun was setting, all they had any sick with divers diseases brought them unto him, and he laid his hands on every one of them and healed them. And devils also came out of many, crying out and saying, Thou art Christ, the Son of God. And he, rebuking them, suffered them not to speak, for they knew that he was Christ. They have unusual physical strength. The story of the maniac of Gadara also suggests that demons can give a person they possess unusual strength. And they came over unto the other side of the sea, into the country of the Gadarenes. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bring him, no, not with chains, because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones. I've shown you guys tons of examples on my channel throughout the years of people that are possessed nowadays. And we see these stories in the news so often. I'll do a lot of compilations and show you a lot of these clips, tied together, because it makes more sense in that kind of a context. And also understanding this history of these kind of things as well just makes more sense to me. Limited physical movement. Physical movement of demons seems limited to the object they possess. We can deduce this by looking at the book of Revelation. Revelation 9 tells us that the wicked will not repent, worshiping devils and idols that cannot see, hear, or walk, even after being punished by the plagues related to the sixth trumpet sounding. The question that some people wonder is, why would men be worshiping devils if they're supposed to worship Antichrist, his image, and his idols? The answer is that demons will inhabit the images and idols of Antichrist. After all, Revelation 13 suggests that there is some form of life in the images of the beast. By worshiping an image or idol of the Antichrist, people will also worship the demon inhabiting the object. The demons inside the image or idol of the Antichrist will be greatly limited by the item they will inhabit. They will only be able to communicate. They will be able to see they will be unable to see, hear, or walk. Nevertheless, the images will help bring the deaths of those who do not worship the image of the Antichrist. The ability to deceive. I don't know how I feel about that part. I think that's interesting. It's an interesting idea. The ability to deceive, Revelation 16, 1 Timothy chapter 4 suggests demons have the ability to deceive with false beliefs. And the origin of demons, some people cite the book of Enoch to understand where demons came from. Enoch suggests that demons are the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim giants that perished in the great flood of Genesis. So fallen angels versus demons. Okay, so I just wanted to do kind of a basic run through of that before we start getting into some of this footage. And it looks like we covered that. So let's just go ahead and start getting into the really good stuff here. This one right here is an amazing example. This is from Rob Chapman from 2018. Rob Chapman is a musician, a very talented musician. He doesn't talk about UFOs. He never does. Like, this is a channel that's dedicated to music, right? But so this was a sighting that him and some friends actually had, and they recorded. I always like these type the best, when you can tell it's just somebody who wasn't expecting it. They saw something weird happening. They pulled out their camera and started recording. So this is some amazing footage too. It's amazing. And I'll tell you, I won't even tell you yet what everyone thinks it is. We'll get to that afterwards, but just consider the spiritual possibilities of these things, that's what these things are. And then, you're going to have your own impression. I'd like to hear what some of you think about this. So let's check some of this out here.
That's fucking practice. Although I suspect that the thumbnail probably would have given it away. When I was 11, I saw a UFO. with my brother and one of my best friends called Sam. I thought that's really interesting, and I can't quite work out what it is. My best bet is that somebody's got a couple of drones and attached fireworks to them. I don't know.
That's literally what tons of people are saying that they think this is, that they're drones with pyrotechnics attached to them. See for yourself, okay? And again, this guy isn't even really a believer in UFOs, as he says. I'm not going to play the whole thing he says in the beginning. He's just saying that they were out, him and some friends during the day. They saw this in the sky. They started filming it. He's not sure what it is. He thinks maybe it's drones, drones with pyrotechnics attached. And I think this is something supernatural we're looking at. I'll show you more evidence of that after this. This is just one clip. So let's get into it.
Promise I won't post things like this normally. Thank you very much to Matt. And all the details of where and when this was filmed are below in the more information section. Chappers out. Or am I?
No, don't. That's fucking branched off into two, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god! That's branched off into two. That was one. Now it's two. Fireworks don't do that, or flares. What is that? They don't do that. That was one, wasn't it? If that joins up as a whole one again, I'm going to be freaked out. It's going together. Look at it. What the hell is it? That's being controlled. That is bizarre. Look at that. The other one's disappearing, look. See it? It's disappeared. I better come back though. Hey? That's fireworks.
What is that?
Yeah, but fireworks don't act like that. Do they?
Not for that long.
What?
Before we continue, I know this is crazy stuff, but just ask yourself some common sense type questions. And again, I'll show you some footage from other areas that's similar to this as well. If this really was some kind of a drone show with pyrotechnics on it, don't you think we would have heard about this? I mean, that's the kind of thing that you would put on video, upload to YouTube, get millions of views, because that's an amazing feat to pull off. You know, if you could have drones somehow attached pyrotechnics to them the way this guy thinks this might be it, and a lot of other people in the comments under this video think it, you know, really? You really think that's what this is? You don't think somebody would have been talking about this, or there would have been some kind of coverage somehow, or someone would take credit for this? So again, my belief is we're looking at something spiritual, and this isn't crazy. I know this is the really crazy paranormal, supernatural type stuff, but we know that these things are shapeshifters, demons and fallen angels, right? They're shapeshifters. These things can come in different forms. Often they come in the form of light. And again, you know, for years I've shown you different examples of these particular types of UFOs. Oftentimes they come as orbs. We'll get into more of that in a little bit as well. All the same thing, just shape-shifting interdimensional entities. So let's continue.
What the? That's bizarre.
Whatever it is, I want one.
Yeah. That's maybe some special fireworks. That's bizarre. But it looks like it's flying around though, under control. Look, it's come back, the other one. Fireworks don't act like that. That's like, they don't go down and up. They don't go down and up. Do they? Look, the other ones, I can see them are flashing. Let's see it. Did you see it then? It's flashing up there. fireworks don't stop and then just stand still. There it is. You can still see that little white light. You see it? Shit. That's good horizontal. Just vanished.
The other one, the little dot's still there.
It's still there, the little dot.
Shape shifting.
That's bizarre. Oh, that's the no. That can happen. It can't just stop and then do that again. Can it? There's something weird about that.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. That is bizarre. Don't get it. Don't get it. It's weird. I'm glad I'm recording it anyway. People believe me.
All right, so that's pretty much the best of that. I think it just kind of keeps spinning around in circles there near the end, but to me, that's some really wow type footage, right? And like I said, you could go watch the entire thing. Him and his friends even talk about it at the very end a little bit. You want to go to his channel and give him that view, Rob Chapman. But wow, fantastic footage. And even at the end, like I said, they're all just dumbfounded. They're not sure what this is, you know, but like I said, he thinks it could be, him and many others think it could be drones. It's one of the most amazing displays of drones, if those are drones, I've ever seen ever in my entire life. Didn't even know something like that could exist if these are just drones, which I don't think they are. So let's continue. Okay, this might look familiar. Some more footage from RAF Air Base, wherever that is. Oh, Buckinghamshire, it says. So this is towards Buckinghamshire. Check this out. Not really much audio, but just watch the way this moves. It looks familiar, doesn't it, to that last bit of footage. I think it's more of the same, more of these entities putting on a show. That's amazing. Or some of you may think that it's a drone, some kind of a drone putting on a show. I don't think so. Certainly not flares. Flares will continue to drop, typically. So there's that one. Looked familiar to the last bit of footage, didn't it? Okay, this is a really good one, too. This is from 2017. And I'm trying to see where it happened. Frome, Somerset. Frome, Somerset. This is pretty amazing. Check this footage out here. Look at that. It's moving upwards. See? It's not a comet. Look at this. Those little demons dancing in our skies. It's what I see when I see this stuff. They can put on an amazing show, can't they? Just imagine someday if, say, tens of thousands of these types of things just started twirling down out of the sky to the ground, if that was our first contact. And of course, they'd come as light beings, right? We've been here all along. We're here to help you. How many people would fall for that, right? Or if some figure appears, at the UN or the White House or maybe all around the world that has control over these types of things. There's also, I know, the blue beam possibility with a lot of that stuff as well. I don't think stuff like this here is blue beam, though. I literally think we're seeing these supernatural entities at work. It's incredible. All right, let's take a look at another one. Okay, now we get into this. They come in the shape of orbs oftentimes, right? And I've shown you that for years. Done a lot of videos on that. Oftentimes, they'll come in threes, and they'll break apart, disappear, come back, multiply. They do all that. They're shapeshifters. But oftentimes, you'll see them coming in the form of three in a perfect pyramid. And there's actual spaceships, like government-owned spaceships that look like that from underneath. They look like a pyramid. They have the three lights, but these are different. These are the orbs you'll see showing up, coming from different directions, and they'll form a pyramid. I always think that's kind of a mockery of the Holy Trinity, the beast, the whore, and the dragon, if you will, or the Antichrist, the devil, and the false prophet. But I've always seen it that way myself. But oftentimes they'll come in threes, and they come in orbs, light orbs. Most of these don't really have any audio, but that's fine. We're just going to watch this together here. So there's three of the light orbs. Those are pretty low too, aren't they? They look pretty low to the ground. He's running to get a better angle. There we go. Those little demons dancing in our skies. And the sightings have been increasing exponentially over the last few years. Look at that. There's three more just formed right in front of them. See? So these sightings have been increasing. I've shown news stories about that as well. And I question, are we being prepared? Are they preparing us with more sightings for the big event, the real contact? And will it be real contact with these fallen angels, demons, pretending to be outer space saviors? That's definitely a narrative. And just how many people would fall for that? Can you imagine? Especially if they run on the old ancient aliens, ancient astronauts theory that they created religion. They could come down and say, we created this idea of Christ or this, that, or the other for a form of control over you, etc., etc. I mean, a lot of people would fall for it, I think. Follow us in this new way of living, this new earth, accept this mark of this new peaceful transition, whatever it is. I don't know, but anyway, there's more of the orbs, the light orbs. Those little demons dancing in our skies. And you can go find that on Wong Nike website or YouTube channel, UFO 2013 Fireball UFO sighting. More fireballs.
Sky last night over Oahu caught the attention of many people. Howard Deshefsky joins us with more. Howard?
Joe, that's the question.
What was it? What did people see? We did receive a lot of reports via our reported feature on our website. A lot of viewers wondering what those lights were over West Oahu. Check out this video from one of our viewers, Mash Hatai. He said he woke up at about 2:30 this morning, get a drink of water, and this is what he saw in the sky. Certainly caught his eye. He took the video from Kaka'ako and thinks the lights were over Central or West Oahu. Hard to tell from his vantage point. As you can see, the two bright lights, and then slowly a third light appears Hatai believes he saw about 8 to 10 of the lights caught his eye. He took the video from Kaka'ako and thinks the lights were over Central or West Oahu, hard to tell from his vantage point. As you can see, the 2 bright lights, and then slowly a 3rd light appears.
Always the 3. It's always starting off with the 3, and then they multiply, right?
Hatai believes he saw about 8 to 10 of the lights total. He says he believes, at least he thinks, they're probably flares.
It looks like flares. Definitely could have been taken as something more mysterious. But yeah, it was definitely probably just flares, military flares. Definitely really unusual to see. They were super bright. I guess I couldn't really get the full gist of it with my camera since it was so far away, but it was really, really bright. I mean, I looked out my lanai and it was literally the first thing I saw.
Now, we did check today with the FAA whether they received any reports. They did not. We also checked with the Hawaii Air National Guard, the U.S. Army, Schofield Barracks. In the past, when we've received reports about similar lights, it did wind up being due to military training. We're still waiting to hear exactly what those lights are. What do we do?
Right. Let's see if... Let me see if we can get some footage here of military flares. Okay, here's some military flares.
0.5.
So there's flares compared to the light orbs we've been looking at. There's an example of flares. Let's see. It's a military flare exercise. More flares. Usually flares have tails, right? So there you go. Just want to show you a quick example that I don't think those things are flares that we're seeing. Okay, really, really, really good footage here. This is really some of the good stuff. Check this out. Dang, man, this guy's got music playing over this, so I can't play that. But just look at this right here. May 27th, 2019, Florida. And you're going to see it start shape-shifting as well. See, he still has that music playing.
It's trying to hide from me. It's trying to hide. Are you kidding? This guy.
Way up there.
I'm at full zoom.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
Oh my god. It's coming closer.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
That is cool. What is springing off of it?
I don't. Okay. Now there's trees. And now do you see like there's a magic?
Yeah.
Nothing. I can't hold it.
You gotta
But
put it on a tripod.
Yeah, no, but I want.
Oh, look.
I just wanted. No, that was me. Oh shit, that scared me.
That was a rat.
Oh, there's something. Oh my god, look, it's coming. I'm not touching nothing.
Wow.
Wait, look. I'm only at half zoom. I'm at half zoom.
Here's the diamond.
What is that?
I have no idea.
Oh, I got a
That's
facial.
so cool.
Did you see the facial recognition?
No idea.
You didn't see this? Oh my god, there she is.
The diamond.
They're talking to us, son of a bitch. My camera just got a facial. She's splitting. Hi, me. Oh my god.
God.
Oh,
Wow.
look, I'm only at half zoom. What is it? What is it, honey?
Wow.
What is it, sweetheart?
So cool.
I'm terrified. Hi, baby. It's okay. I've never in my life.
Never seen anything like
I
this.
don't know what
I've
to do.
never seen this.
I'm freaking out. Help me hold this thing still. I'm freaking. There's something climbing up behind it. Oh my god, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Well, welcome to Florida.
Oh
Look
my
at this.
god, there's 5 or 6 now.
Yeah, wow.
Look, hi, sweetheart. It's okay.
Sweethearts.
It's okay. It's okay, honey.
I wish Donna could come out and see.
Okay, now there's
The
a black
people will
thing laying on
totally
top of it.
accept this, won't
Look,
they?
it's big sassafras right
Look
on
at
it.
my little sweethearts.
Holy. Now it's his face.
See, they know we're here, and that's
Look at the face to the right. It's a profile. Now it's looking at us. Look, it's pointing a light at us. What's this ship? What is this? All right, breathe.
now this is right outside back of my house. Debbie's holding the camera up, and this kid is shifting and shape-shifting. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I don't know how to explain it, and I don't know what this is.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I'm not touching nothing. Wow. Wait, look, I'm only at half zoom. I'm at half zoom.
I've done a lot of videos on the diamonds in the sky as well, right? We've seen that telegraphed in a lot of modern entertainment. Diamonds in the sky, lots of different ways. Diamonds connected with the occult, the Illuminati. So we literally find these things shape-shifting into diamonds oftentimes as well.
He's splitting. Honey, oh my God.
Wow.
Look, I'm only at half zoom. What is
Some great footage. Let's watch a little bit of that again, okay? Just a little bit here.
I've never seen this.
I'm freaking out. Help me hold this thing still. I'm freaking. There's something climbing up behind it. Oh my God, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Well, welcome to Florida.
Oh my God, there's 5 or 6 now.
Yeah, wow.
Look, hi, sweetheart. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I wish Donna could come out and see.
Okay, now there's a black thing laying on top of it. Look, it's a big Sasquatch laying on it. Look. Holy sh! Now it's his face.
See, they know we're here, and
Look
that's
at the face to the right. It's the profile. Now it's looking at us. Look, it's pointing a light at us. What's this ship? What is this? All right, breathe, breathe.
now. This is right outside back of my house. Debbie's holding the camera up, and this kid is shifting and shape-shifting. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I don't know how to explain it, and I don't know what this is.
I can't breathe.
It's crazy, man.
I can't breathe.
Wow. Wild, right? Some wild stuff. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Hope you guys are still doing all right out there. Thanks again for joining me, by the way. We had a little bit of a audio issue there in the beginning, but it looks like we're finally off to a good start. So thanks so much again, guys, for being here. Hope you enjoy stuff like this. I'm fascinated with things like this. I love it. So it's just nice to have people to share it with. Here's another one. This is from Tom Kershaw 1. It's from 2015. The last YouTube channel was Suspect Sky that we watched that footage from.
26th of July. Last night I saw something rather unusual. I managed to film a UFO. Now, I mean, in the traditional sense of the word, it was flying and I can't identify it. I was just closing the curtains. It was about 9:10, and I saw something odd in the sky flying and looked like it had flames and smoke coming out the back. It did a loop and then it vanished. So I managed to grab my phone and do a quick video of it. It's not very good quality because it's a telephone, but you can see it. And I did a bit of research today, and I found, I don't know if you can see this, but a young girl managed to film exactly the same thing from Northampton, which is just up the road. And it's virtually exactly the same as I filmed last night. And then I realised something, or rather my wife pointed something out. This article is a year old. That was last year, almost, well, not to the day, but just a month out from a year. And here we are a year later, and I managed to film exactly the same thing. It's a bit odd, isn't it? Now, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to speculate. I haven't got a clue. So really, I'll let you make your own mind up. So here it is. Here's what I filmed. It doesn't last very long, but if you have any clue what it is, I'd love to know. Thanks for watching. Oh, there's a holiday video coming up soon as well, so something else to watch. Take care. Bye.
Looks familiar, huh? There you go. But it's familiar, right? We've seen this type before. We've seen it do these kinds of maneuvers before. Interesting. All right, let's see what this one is. UFO phenomenon, fireball caught over South America. More of the orbs. The pyramid. Dancing in our skies. There you go, at the pyramid. It's a common right here. Interesting stuff, though, huh? All right, another good one here. Interdimensional being, shape-shifting entity made out of light. Look at this.
Está sacando brillitos, güey. Que veníamos de... Ya desapareció de la cámara, güey, no se ve.
A ver si el pinche teléfono. No, se ve, güey. Vale, verga, te estaba teléfono. Grábalo, güey. Grábalo con tu celular, cabrón. No mames, güey. No, güey. No, güey. Vete a la verga, güey.
¿Cómo parece tentáculo, no?
¿Dónde, güey? Mira, Alan, allá está otro, hijo. No mames, con tu cel, hijo, grábalo, güey. No mames, cabrón.
No mames, ¿pero qué es, güey? ¿Pero qué es?
No mames. No mames, cabrón. ¿Qué pedo, güey?
Mira, velo aquí, velo aquí, velo aquí.
¿Qué es eso?
Parece tentáculo.
¿Qué es eso, cabrón? No, mira, allá está otro, hija. Allá, mira.
Mira, velo aquí, Tirso. Mira, Tirso, velo aquí, mira, velo la... Parece como un tentáculo, güey.
Soltó algo, güey. Y sí lo vio, mijo.
Mira, se está moviendo.
Alan, grábalo con
Vete a la verga, güey, no mames. ¿Cómo se mueve, güey?
Mira.
No mames.
Ahí está soltando otra mamada. Ya bajó otra cosa, güey.
Velo aquí en la pantalla, ¿ya lo viste, güey? La pantalla cómo es, cómo tiene la forma, güey. Mira cómo se mueve, güey. No seas cabrón, güey.
Pero está soltando. Mira. No. Así que madre.
No mames. Mira, 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 mira. Culo, ¿no?
¿Dónde, güey? Allá. Mira, Alan, allá está otro, hijo. No mames.
Mira, velo aquí, velo aquí, velo aquí.
¿Qué es eso?
Parece tentáculo.
¿Qué es eso, cabrón?
Parece como un
Cabrón.
tentáculo, güey.
Soltó Notó algo, güey. Y sí lo veo, mijo. Mira, estamos.
That one, I just don't know. That's crazy. But, you know, I've seen a lot of those again that at times it even look like a massive Mayan mask or something from that area, you know, something old, like a big mask. I don't know, big head. I don't know. It's strange, but I've seen a lot of those that look like that. It's just like a big clump of energy, it looks like. Could that be a ship? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure about that particular one, but I think it's very interesting. And again, I've seen more of those that just look like a weird clump of energy. We've seen that quite a bit. Let's move on to the next, and they'll shapeshift. Here's more of the orbs.
That's what I got. Okay, so these 4 things come in and out, and then there's a 5th one that will come. The drones are up there.
But they sound like planes, but
That's not a plane.
they're not planes.
They disappeared again.
That's the main one all the way up top. See, this is what I got in Florida.
There they are again. And there's a top, right up top, up there. There it is.
Then you got this one here. Come on, you got 3. They're all
Right
just
there.
hovering together.
Yeah,
right here.
And they're moving.
It's all hovering together. Come on. If it was a plane, they would all move already. Yeah.
It's under the cloud too, the main one.
This thing here, up there, is doing the same thing. The picture I took in Florida. They're gone. Oh,
No, there's the main one. I see it through, like it's flashing in and out.
Oh,
It's going to come bright. Here it is.
that's exactly how mine did on those.
Okay, and it's
There
like
it is.
circling or something.
Right.
it's probably seeing one.
And then the other things are behind the trees, I guess.
That's a plane.
No,
They're
that's
right.
not.
They just came back up.
Not a plane.
There they are
It's
again.
not a flare.
Oh, how many are there now?
It's not a.
Oh,
orb
they're like
or
separating or something now. Oh my gosh, they're like meteors
There we go.
or something. They're multi. Yes.
Wow.
Holy crap! What is that?
They're not balloons.
No.
No.
Not balloons.
Oh, it just lit up red and stuff now. Yeah, I see them. They're like turning red in different colors on my phone. Look.
Over towards us, like, almost like more like I didn't know this was your way. It's like, they're like 5 lights. Now they're turning red and big colors.
Oh, I better get Zach.
Oh yeah, go grab him.
I gotta put my phone on charger. It's dying. This is flying saucer.
Are these flying saucers?
Kind of,
That's the main up there.
but not really. There's more up there. Look at
Okay,
that.
there's that one. It comes in and out, fades in and out. The one by itself.
Those little demons dancing in our skies, right?
Can you still see them?
No, the one's still circling.
They're getting lower or something.
Yeah.
There you go. That was from just recently, 8/3/19, from Donna Peck. If you want to go check out that video, I think that's incredible stuff. See what the people are saying here. Someone says, I've seen this in Brisbane. Look up a parachute unit called Team Fast Tracks. They were performing in that area. Team Fast Tracks, huh? Team Fast Tracks. Let's take a look at Team Fast Tracks. Let's see. I don't know how much of this kind of stuff I can play, but let's see. Team Fast Tracks. I don't know. I'm not seeing... Again, people always jump to these kinds of conclusions. I'm not seeing anything just in the thumbnails, which are actually coming from the videos, that look anything close to what we were just looking at. So again, I don't think it's Team Fast Tracks. I don't think it's an airplane. It's not a bunch of drones with pyrotechnics attached. More of the orbs. This one's over Hogwarts at Universal Studios in Hollywood, California. It just happened August 9th, 2019. Now we have the Red Pyramid. I was telling you about that earlier. Check this out. Watch some of this.
What the hell is that? I told you it came up behind the castle. Whoa. What the hell? Has she seen that? What is that?
No, it's not.
That's not part of the light show.
The light show is going to go on right here.
It's not part of the light show, they said.
My battery's going to die.
From behind the castle.
Hey, there you go. That's from Mike Landry, August 9th, 2019. He says, we were waiting for the light show to start at the castle, and I noticed red lights like fireworks behind the castle. They suddenly appeared to the left of the castle. I filmed for about 4 minutes. But in this show, or in the video, they were even saying that was not part of the light show. They go into this area here for the light show. So anyway, interesting. Interesting stuff. And then here's a really good example of one of the diamonds. This is from ET Database, May 9th, 2019. Take a look at a little bit of this one. Testing. Hey guys, can you hear me? Hello guys, can you hear me? Sorry we lost audio, man. I swear. Somehow my mic just went mute. And you know, I'm not normally looking at that page. You know, that's like all the technical stuff here. I'm never looking at that when I'm talking to you guys. I'm looking at the news stories. And there we go. Here's something. Okay, there we go. All right, man. So yeah, okay, good. Now you can hear me. I don't know how that happened. Again, my audio just went mute. When one of my mods let me know about this, she sent me a text. I took a look, and sure enough, somehow my audio had just been muted, and I didn't do it. So sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, the video's over. I've already finished showing everything I wanted to show you guys. I'm not sure how long my audio's been out. So, wow, okay. But at least you can hear me, right? And yeah, that's okay that now I've got people saying that there's no audio again. Can you hear me, guys? Please don't screw with me, man, when I'm trying to figure this out. Can you hear me okay? Anybody in the chat? Can you guys hear me? Just checking in the chat. If you guys can let me know, yes, you have audio. Okay, cool. Thanks. All right, good. Thank you. Mikey likes it. Not cool, dude. You're being a troll. I don't like that. I'm pretty easygoing, but you know, when I start having technical issues, I don't like that when you play games like that. So shame on you. You're being a little jerk. But good. I'm glad you guys can hear me. The show's over, basically. I'm probably just going to cut all this stuff out anyway at the very end. So, you know, just wanted to say thank you very much for being here. This kind of thing happens from time to time. You know, again, it just, for whatever reason, it went mute. Good times, right? This is spiritual warfare, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Those who've been with me for years know this kind of thing happened a lot back in the day on my shows out of Central America. Always some little shenanigans, some gremlins in the machine. Anyway, on that note, man, guys, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate you watching. Hope you appreciated it. Hope you learned something from it. These things are up there, and you can see them from time to time. And we're seeing them more often. And I do believe, in a way, we're being perhaps prepared for something, right? So on that note, thanks again to the moderators. Big shout out to my Patreon and PayPal supporters out there. Thank you. Also, if you want to support my work outside of Patreon and PayPal, please check out my sponsor, Virtual Shield. They also help make these kind of shows able to do. You can secure your own virtual private network. There's a link below. It keeps you anonymous online, keeps your identity protected. Nobody can trace your cookies or track you. Government can't track you that way either. So please look into it. Just $3.99 a month. Link below helps out the show. And on that note, too, I just want to say a quick prayer before we go. All right. So, Heavenly Father, thanks once again for being able to broadcast this show. It's always interesting. We have these kinds of technical difficulties, if you will, but I understand where a lot of this comes from. Lord, just please continue to protect all of us as we're walking through this life and trying to follow the ways of Christ. Lord, please be with all of us. Thanks again for the protection of the show. Thank you for the fact I still have a place to talk, and we have a wonderful audience here that listens and hangs out and adds information, and it's just a community we share together. You know, I really appreciate it, Lord. Thank you. Also, Lord, just ease the pain and the sadness and the fear of all of us out here, Lord. There's a lot of people living in fear, and they're scared of what's happening in the world because it just seems to be going so crazy and turning upside down. So, Father, please provide peace to all of us, Lord, all of those that seek you. And on that note, Lord, I love you, and in Jesus' name I pray, amen. There you go, guys. Sorry, I know I can ramble through some of my prayers too sometimes, but I always think it's really important to end with that. So on that note, guys, thanks again. Got a video should be up tomorrow, hopefully. I'm always adding new stuff to everything I do, so thanks for your patience with my work. And until then, you guys take care, and God bless.